Good morning. This is Yvette C. Owens of the Diplomat Chronicles of Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens. And I'm here this morning with a question. Are you prepared to stand alone? Are you prepared to stand alone? Come on in, and I'm inviting you into this morning's conversation. We often don't want to be alone. We always look for people to come along our journey with us, but there's times, even when we have people along our journey with us, that we have to stand alone. This subject came up this week for me as I was leading the leadership mastermind for the teens through the school that I'm associated with, Donald W.T. Carey School of the Creatives. And we were talking with a guest speaker, and my question to him was, as he was sharing his leadership journey, have you ever had a time when it's been really hard to lead? And as he reflected back on a time when his whole board or directors left him, I remember I had a similar situation when my board of directors for a nonprofit that I had all left, up and left, because they didn't feel that I was carrying the vision properly. I've also had other times when people said, "Yes, I'm going to walk along this journey with you. I'm going to stay on this journey with you," and then they get tired. People get tired. They're not as committed to the purpose. They're not as committed to the vision. And it's okay. It's nothing negative towards them. We just need to be ready to stand alone. There's also been times in my work experience when I've had a team with me. However, I'm the leader, and leadership above me may have been feeling like they're coming at us and not really understanding all the perspectives in which we had to deal with. And so as a leader, I had to stand and hold the ground, not only for myself and also for my team, because I was in the position to stand and be able to articulate what the team was facing, not to bring excuses, but to make sure that those who were standing in judgment over us really understood what was happening. So in leadership, and there's times when you have to stand alone. You have to be anchored in what you've been given to do, the assignment you've been given, and you must just be ready to do that. So today I'm going to share with you 7 ways that you can stand alone in what been called to do. And that we all have to do it. If you're a leader, you have to be prepared to do this. And I know I'm using the word have to. You have to. It's just going to come a time when you have to be anchored in what you believe in and what the vision you've been given, what the assignment you've been given, and be willing to stand toe to toe with those who are coming or those oppositions. So first and foremost is become intimately aware of what you're standing for. Don't stand for anything, right? And it's harder to stand alone even when you don't believe in what it is. But you have to know what you're standing for and know the impact that it's going to have once you achieve that accomplishment. Know the impact that it's going to have once you reach the end state. Because when you know that and you know the impact, you know the difference that you're going to make, then you're willing to stand for it. So first point is, again, become intimately aware of what you're standing for and the impact it is going to have, that goal, that idea, that vision. Know that. 2, know that when you've been given a goal or idea, vision from the inside of you, it's far bigger than you. Make sure it's coming from a place of good and not evil. Because you don't want to stand for something that's just crazy. Let's just put it that way. You want to stand for what is good, what's integral, what's really going to bring about a positive outcome. So know that if you're feeling something inside, if you're getting a goal or idea inside, know that it's worth standing for. 3, no one will ever see or believe in what you've been given greater than you. Yes, we have people that come alongside of us, those destiny helpers who come alongside of us, who want to help, really in their hearts of heart, want to believe, and they do believe in what you're doing, but they'll never, ever see it to the extent that you see it because it was given to you. It was given to you. And so it's your assignment. And you can't delegate everything about it to other people. You have to walk in your goal. You have to walk in your vision. You have to work the plan to get there. And by doing that, you are setting the pace, you're setting the tempo, you're setting the track and the paths to get there. And sometimes you'll find yourself doing that all by yourself. And that's okay because it was given to you. You're equipped to do it. Okay, number 4, expect people to come and go, which goes along with number 3. Most come to help only for a season. Again, no fault of their own, no evil intent here assumed, but people will come and go. There's people who are assigned to the beginning. I learned this when I was starting my nonprofit, and I was working my nonprofit for several years. That was called Club Destiny, if some of you remember. There were people who came alongside me in the beginning because they had the capacity to work with me and be a part of the vision when we were just creating it and forming it. There were people who I reached out to at that time who had no appetite for the creative piece, the unfamiliar, the undefined piece. Then when we moved into the cadence of keeping things going, we now were really clear on who we were as an organization, who we were serving, what we were doing. Then there were other people who came alongside and said, okay, now that I'm clearly knowing what my role is, how you want me to serve, I can do that because that's a more comfortable place for me. Likewise, for those who were on the beginning journey with me, it became boring for them because they liked the whole creative piece. So no, there will be people that will come and go, and that's okay. Just expect it because know that they're coming in the capacity they need to come in, and in the way that is most in the stage of your development, in the way that is most comfortable for them. All right. Number 5. You can stand alone. You can absolutely fight your own fight and be able to go toe to toe with anybody with regards to your vision, your idea, your goal when you yourself know the pros and cons. You will not be distracted. You will not be discouraged. You will not be blindsided when somebody comes and says, what you're doing is X. When we started our business, DestinySpeak, when we were talking to people about how to get that started, we had several people say, there's a lot of people in this space, in this leadership development organization culture space in the industry. Yes, we get that. But we also knew that we were given a call, that we know that it was on the inside of us. It was divinely given to us to fulfill. And we have not in all these years given up, regardless of the pros and the cons, regardless of the success and some of the downfalls, regardless of some of the failures and the traps we fell into. And we kept pushing. We continue to push today because we believe and know the pros and cons of what we're stepping into. And we are willing to learn even more about that. So we become aware of what is the good about it, what could be hindrances, and we keep moving. Number 6, check in often with the Creator to make sure you are creating according to His plan. So as a woman of faith and my business partner as a woman of faith, we constantly are checking in with God Himself. We reference to Him as Holy Spirit. What is it that you want in and through us? Who do you want us to reach? What segments of the population do you want us to go in and really help? What leaders are out there that need our help? So check in with the creator, check in with that first thought process that you had to make sure you're creating according to his plan and not your just flesh or taking in other people's ideas and making them your own. You can get ideas, absolutely. Read, great leaders listen to other great leaders. Great leaders see how other people are projecting along their journey, and then they absorb that and make sure that they are making it their own. They're seeing what bits and pieces should become a part of their plan, how they should tweak it. So, absolutely, um, you should check in with your creator, check in with those around you, and then make it your own and make sure you're according to those plans. And lastly, but not least, number 7, recognize that when you run into those times when you have to stand alone, oftentimes it's a test and a trial to see how committed you are. How much do you believe in this that you've been called to? How much of this do you believe in that you have to create? How much do you believe in that idea? How committed are you no matter what obstacles? If you had to go through the storms, if you had to run through mud puddles, how much are you willing to sacrifice to see the outcome be realized? Our tagline in DestinySpeak is move vision to reality. And that's easy to say, but not always easy to be done. How committed are you? And there will be times when you have to stand alone. And it builds up an inner strength in you. It builds up, you can feel it's not just, and when I say stand alone, I'm not just saying stand erect or, your physical stature. I'm talking about on the inside of you. Can you see yourself standing strong and tall in your position, in your decisions that you make as a leader, in the vision that you've been given? Do you see yourself standing tall no matter what comes at you? Can you see that? When I was preparing for this morning, and even yesterday, I was actually able to feel my inner being standing up and erect, standing alone, standing strong in what I've been called to do and who I've been called to be and who I've been called to serve, what environments I've been called to transform. I see myself standing strong, standing erect, standing in power and might and purpose and summoning all my potential to that place. That's what it means to be prepared to stand alone. So make sure you understand what you've been called to. Make sure it's the right thing, a good thing, and you're not standing on a decision that may be flawed. Make sure that you know that you understand that people will come and go, and that's okay because they come in the time and season when you need them to be there. Make sure you understand nobody else is going to see it like you see it. There are pros and cons to what you're developing. Be aware of it so you're not blindsided when someone else shares it with you or tries to even maybe some people may just be bringing the cons just to discourage you and stop you so they can do it. So let's use more wisdom there. Check in with the creator, God himself, to make sure you're doing it according to his plan, not your plan, and understand that there's test and trial times to see how committed you are. How far will you really take this? Will you go all the way? So I hope this has helped you. Again, this is Yvette C. Owens of Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens. You can find me at the Diplomat Chronicles on Facebook. On YouTube, you can find me at Yvette C. Owens, or you can check in with our DestinySpeak channel. I'm even like me on Yvette C. Owens' page or the DestinySpeak page. Um, we are here to serve you. If you're a leader and you would like to be coached, you want more support in your journey, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. That's what I stand in, knowing that I've made a decision to go the long term, to go the journey in what I've been called to do, which is to be here to help you go your journey. And it's nothing greater than to be able to stand on the shoulders of people who have already gone where you want to go. People who have insight and different perspectives so they can help you be your best self in the environments and places you've been called to go. And you have been indeed called to many great places. So I hope this helped you. Leave your comments, leave your suggestions. Hey, if you want to email me, you can do that at vision to reality at destinyspeak.com or the Diplomat Chronicles at gmail.com. I am ready to help you if you're ready to go the distance and stand alone. There are obstacles that come into our way. We're actually called sometimes to sit and step into and lead in places that are hard places. But you know why you've been called to do that? Because you have what's in you to bring that place to a whole new level. So let us connect. I'm here to coach you. I'm here willing to see you to the end. My signature program, the Achievement Track program, is just that. Starting out with that idea, starting out with that vision, and seeing it all the way to the end to an implementation. We talk about strategies and we talk about plans and goals, and we do a lot of work around that place, but we fail often to cross the finish line. We fail often to execute and implement. And that means to understand change and how you have to change from where you are to get to where you want to be. Often we get trapped and stuck. And my program around the procrastination, life after procrastination, would help those of you who would get stuck. Now is the time to move. And you cannot know what you don't know, but you need to know without having help. Let me say that again. You cannot know what you don't know, but you need to know until you have the help you need. And I'm here to do that. We are here as an organization, Destiny Speak, to help you. Reach out. Have a fantastic day. Be safe. And until next Thursday, drop a line, drop a thought, and continue to be your great self. Know that you have it in you to stand alone, even when no one else will stand, because no one sees what you see like you see it. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.